This is the biggest mistake I made for the first half of 2025. I was building funnels the same old way that I used to. With the advent of AI and all of these large language models competing, you can not only build funnels so much faster. On this video, I'm going to walk you through my favorite way to build funnels with AI. It takes the process that used to be days or weeks. The main thing here is if you go to gemini.google.com, it's sort of like a ChatGPT interface. There's two things that they're competing on. One is that they already integrate for Workspace. So you see for mine, it says Gemini for BAM. BAM is like the OG company, still the team's under that, my email's under that. And so it has access to the memory of all that I've given it access to inside of Workplace. That includes my email, my docs, like all of that. So the other thing they did is they made this quick key for Canvas. And so this was designed to make it easier to build apps. They took a cue from kind of like a Lovable interface or this AI builder interface where you could prompt to create, have a preview screen right there. I will say, after a collaboration that all of these large language models did with Lovable, now most of them have a similar Canvas interface. So you can do this in probably many other large language models. I just personally still use Gemini. These tools are not cheap. I think I paid $250 a month for Gemini. They are incredibly valuable if I contrast it to the time that it used to take to do the same tasks here. So I'm going to use Gemini for demonstration purposes and walk you through how I like to build and prompt here. And so here's what I like to do a lot of times with large language models is prompt it to ask me questions one at a time to gather the information. And so this way I like to do ask me questions one at a time to gather the necessary information you need to create SEO optimize a landing page that will attract visitors in my area and make it easy for them to put in their information to become a lead. I'll just leave it at that. So I'm in Canvas mode. So it knows what I ultimately want to do, but it's going to, ask me one question at a time. This is kind of a cool thing that Gemini pioneered here is like showing the thought process if you want to. You can see what it's processing as it's going there. Let's start with the basics to make sure we're attracting people in the ride. What city or specific area? This is in Gora Hills, California. Excellent. Thank you. Gora Hills is great. Let's get into the fun stuff. What exactly will Matt's Paintball offer? Okay, so interesting. All of these look good. It's almost becoming business advice in terms of what I should focus on. I will offer all of that. I think I'd say the private group rental is probably most valuable offering for me. Okay, got it. We'll make private group rentals the star of the show. Honestly, I don't understand paintball, so I'm just gonna let it know. I'm honestly not super. Do you think on parents or companies? My guess would be more popular kids and teens, but I could be wrong. And in LA, it's probably a little bit too violent for it to be mandated by the company there. So I'm going to go for aggressive teens is my guess. Here's some pros and cons. You don't have to choose one. Should have a primary focus since it's a landing page. Okay, like a one-page website instead of a landing page that help to allow it more focuses. We'll make it stand out. We offer free paintball on your birthday, and our theme is celebrity zombie apocalypse. Seems relevant for the area. Calabasas is right next door, and you got the Kardashians there. So yeah, if you want to play paintball with a zombie Kim Kardashian, this is the place to do it. Okay, effective ways. We're gonna get a quote. We just want leads for now as an easy way to MVP interest. So get a quote. As you can see, like I said, this cuts down from days or weeks because all these questions you have to find out for yourself anyways. Usually brief this to a designer. Your designer might come with a couple of iterations. Then you got to go and actually build it inside of the funnel builder. So I haven't even gotten to the magical part where, this is still the pre-work you need for building a landing page. If you have a history or using a company that a large language model already understands, this is a lot quicker because it already knows the answers to these. Official business details. Let's use 805 and Matt at mattspaypal.com. And the address is 1234 and we're open by appointment 24/7. That's another thing. We're cool. We like that. Is another unique aspect of our business. We run all day, every day. Want to play paintball at 2 a.m? You can do it at Matt's Paintball. Creating those, I think, Justin Bieber, Calabasas-based celebrities, zombies. Aspect of live brush and trees. Natural landscape. So I'm going to give AI the task of actually creating the photos here. I'm not going to say that Gemini is the best in terms of image creation here. You know, it came out with VO3, which was a huge splash in terms of the combination of video and audio. And I think they're going to continue to advance their models for images, but you know, there's others that are probably considered better or easier depending on the image creation process here. But out of the gate, you'll see it does a pretty solid job in terms of getting this ready to go. And ideally, in this kind of situation, your competitive advantage, if you're doing this for a business, is either to prompt specifically to the area to use AI image generation. This is totally fine. Okay, perfect. It gives me kind of the process here, and now I'm going to go to Canvas. Say code. I'll give you that interesting layout there, but you can see I open the thinking, kind of see what's going on. And so here's what Canvas looks like. This is why this is intriguing. So it will show you the code, but the actual cool creative aspect here is the preview mode. So you can see in real time, what does it look like that it's actually coding out? I don't need to train Gemini on anything about my business. It already knows based on my emails, based on my drive there. And I can even have it reference like images in my drive. And so here's its survive the celebrity zombie apocalypse, the ultimate private paintball experience, Agora Hills. It's got all this stuff sort of working. It's even put the form in there. I'm going to have it not use the form. I'll show you how I deeply do this. And this is actually not my favorite that I've seen it produce. So if I go to Utah Paintball and create results here. So we've got SB Paintball rocking it with 2,500 reviews. We're going to go to their website. And if I can give it an inspiration of an existing website, now it could be a totally different industry. So the key thing is, as much as you can, if you want to do this ethically, steal like an artist, where you're borrowing multiple elements from multiple areas there, as opposed to just straight up copying one. Company in Utah seems to be doing well. Can you match the style and layout of this? So now I'm going to prompt it to take the content it has, but now adapt the style and the layout and the aesthetic to an existing paintball website. So it's kind of doing a rewrite. It's analyzed the design. It's going to match the style, more action-oriented, a dynamic video background, sticky navigation headers. It's pulled a few of these things here. You can kind of see style already feels a little bit better, or at least matching that other one in terms of intensity and colors. I do think like other aspects here is I would give it a logo, but let's say we're happy with it. Very satisfied with this. This is exactly what I was looking for. And especially you start to do this, you have more reference vision for what you're looking for, or you kind of like work on the headline there. I've sometimes gone back and forth. Like I've used ChatGPT to work through the requirements. I think there's certain things that I still like about ChatGPT for how it prompts. So ChatGPT has the ability to insert consistent rules. So you don't have to rewrite those rules every time. Gemini doesn't quite have those overriding rules. But after I have it, the way that I like it, I can come out here and copy all of our code. Now I'm going to go into the high level funnel builder because I still like the stats in there. And there are some things that I still enjoy in terms of convenience of having it all in one place. And I just have a simple page with the code here. And now you can see I can actually, if I go preview custom codes, doesn't display great in here. Oh, actually, it's just the background image. So the background image or color doesn't usually carry through. So I'll go into our background settings here to change the background to be the dark, which is, or, match whatever was supposed to be there. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and I'm gonna preview, and I'll show you what it looks like. And so you see from building and deploying a funnel inside of HighLevel, leveraging AI, this is pretty quick. So they actually have this placeholder video element. There's a lot of creative aspects or elements here that we don't quite have. But as far as shortcutting the design aesthetic, if you can take an example of something you like and then work it through with content, especially if the large language model already understands you, knows your business. And so if it's like, I want, let's say, help creating a brief to give to Gemini, create a landing page for a new event for HLPT. It will be on Friday in August, where people can come out to California and we do a full VIP day working through either launch or growth constraints in their business. It will be tailored to their specific problems and involve myself and some team members in person for an entire day or 2 days in an intimate workshop style. Let's say it'll be limited to 5 people. Ask me questions one at a time to get any other details you need to create the brief that I can give Gemini to code the landing page. Name of the event, we're going to call it VIP Day. Primary outcome is clarity on how to unblock the next step of growth and deployed action steps. We'll figure out what they need to do, and then we'll actually just do it right there. HighLevel, yeah, SaaS resellers is growth. So next stage, that's launching or increasing. Next level, it's going to be held in, we're actually going to do it in, well, Southern California. Flying to Burbank. That'll be in the Thousand Oaks area. Price, we'll make it $5K. They get meals, evening events, and pre-work. Yeah, we're going to just tease the format. Day 2. Implement solution. Yeah, social proof is great. You don't need to push urgency, but we should make those constraints clear. Apply now. Yeah. Let's include the landing page copy as well. Yes, please, chat. Okay. Come up with that full structure there. And come back over here. I'm going to create a new chat. We're going to turn on canvas mode. I'm even going to prompt it to use testimonials from our Google business profile. And it's creating a landing page for our VIP day. Let's see what we got. A little lacking on any sort of creative vision. Definitely still a work in progress, but as you can see, as a starting point, this is now where I'm going for building out landing pages, and especially new stuff. Obviously, if you're using something like global sections, that makes it already quicker and easier inside of HighLevel. I actually have another video where I detail some of the huge updates in HighLevel's funnel builder. You can check that out here. But if you like this kind of content, you want to see other ways that I use and leverage AI in the day-to-day, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.